Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 31 of my Rags to Riches Realm of Magic edition. And if you are returning, welcome back. And at the end of the last part, we had looked at Aurora's university application, and she had been accepted. But I'm not going to actually enroll her now. I'll wait until like Friday morning after classes would start so that she doesn't actually have classes until next Monday morning. And I did also have both Angelina and Benji applied university, so they would have a little bit less money. But before Angelina did that, she had been working on that last potion she needed, so she actually completed her purveyor of potions because she had needed, if we go in here, she had needed to do the 5th potion, which she brewed, and then since she had the other 2 parts of this, she completed it. So she has now done both of her magic aspirations. So she's all done with that. And for Renaissance Sim, she is an adult, so she was able to proceed in this, and we'll wait and see if that. So here's her potion. We'll let her collect it. We're going to bottle all of that up. And her career she has already done is the Scouts, because that counted as a career. And she will put her off of that now because she's got that done. And I don't, honestly, we're going to maybe do painting for her. We have been working on painting. Maybe we'll go back to that. Or maybe we'll work on, writing's what she actually wants to work on. And she needs to write another book. So maybe we should have her write another book. She seems to gravitate towards that downstairs. But perhaps we could make a lot of money using this, which is why I bought it. So maybe we'll have her go do a track first. And he's playing there he's not on his right computer because his bedroom is this one over here. And Aurora is watching action. But she has to brew another potion, so why don't we have her go down? Well, I'm a little bit concerned because she just got uncursed. Hopefully she doesn't get cursed again. But we're going to brew a potion of plentiful needs and hope she has luck with that. Fingers crossed. What level is she anyways? She is adept. I don't remember what that exactly. So she's up here. So she's got through 3 levels and hasn't got to the next level. Well, fingers crossed. She doesn't get cursed again. So he's busy playing, and he, like I said, has also applied. And I'm thinking I must have applied. She got her money, her apple back. I'm thinking he's already applied for his scholarships. We could, because he has Czech scholarship applications. Now, I had seen a comment by someone in a Facebook group that if you go and if you max the bowling skill, you can get a bowling scholarship. So we could, for the fun of it, take them to a bowling alley or somewhere where I know there's bowling, essentially in a couple of builds that I've edited, and have them go do some bowling and apply for a bowling scholarship. It takes a few rounds of bowling to get that in. And I think I heard the person who was saying that they maybe get 500 simoleons. And the one thing about the scholarships is if the cost of your education is lower than your scholarships, you get the difference paid out to you. So you actually still get the money and you get it for yourself. It's not you didn't need it all, so you lose it kind of thing. So I'm just going to wait for her to get this up a level before I burn this track. But of course, in some ways, it makes more sense for her just to concentrate on her painting because she can probably make so much more money from that. Or even the writing, because the writing, once you start publishing books, can make a lot of money. And you got your potion. So she just needs to reach her last, she needs to level up. Well, she's already level 4. She needs to level up to 5, which is a little whiles off, I have to say. She's only at 3. She's more than halfway through 3. And let's see, I cannot remember how many potions. So how much of this she has done. So she's quite far behind because I wasn't really working on her that much. But part of it is that she can't get them because she's not maxed her levels. So she can't get them all because it takes some time for that. But so I'm like, I don't know. Do we go back to the realm of magic to learn some more magic? Or do we try and get some bowling? The bowling's kind of a fun thing, but probably not really necessary. So it's probably better not to do that. So let's see. So she leveled up, which is what I want. Angelina leveled up, and I wanted her to do that. So we're going to burn that track. And then we're going to have her release that track. And there we go. So that's good. And why don't we, while we're here, while she's releasing that, go into magic, open spellbook. So she has one more practical magic, a mischief magic, and 2 untamed magic. Well, the other thing is you can just practice magic, and that's one way sometimes of learning the spells. So she could practice, we'll have her practice practical magic and have her work on that. She may move somewhere else because there's probably not a lot of room for her where she is. So hopefully she will. And it looks like she wasn't able to. I remember that I was trying to get her to summon her familiar, and we didn't have any luck with that magic. I'm on the wrong sim. I need to be on Aurora for her to be able to summon her familiar. So let's see. She's not in a very good location, so hopefully she'll move somewhere where she can summon. It's rainy in Glimmerbrook. Let's see. Okay, so let's try and see whether it actually is this time it took. So that's good. So why don't you actually practice magic, practice practical yourself. And you finished what you were doing. Why don't we check? You have a talent point. Why don't we go in here? Q must have just leveled up. So this one means he would be protected from curses. So I think that's probably a good one to do. So he is now protected. Of course, poor Aurora really needs that because she's been the one who's gotten all the curses all the time. Which I want to have to do that. So I'm just going to go in here and open his spellbook because I just don't remember. So he's got done. He's done. He has nothing else he needs to learn with respect to this magic. And let's take a look at his research and debate is pretty high. His programming is pretty high itself, and his robotics needs some work. But you know what I'm going to do for him right now is while we're waiting to hear about university, I'm going to have him actually become a freelance programmer is what we're going to do for him. We're going to go in here and we're going to find a job, but he can do that when he's at school. That's the benefit of the freelancing, is that it doesn't really require a lot of work, and they can do it when they want, essentially. So we need to go under here. There we go, freelancer. And once we do that, then they'll come in and ask us which one. And in his case, I want him to become a freelance programmer. So there he's done that. And so we can check for gigs, which you can do on your phone or on the computer. We're going to check for gigs because he's done all his magic, and we may as well just try and do something that's going to get us some money is all I can say. So that we can maybe, get a few more nice things for their home, which if we move to Brightchester, I might just take their house and place it in Brightchester so that we can just keep building this house as opposed to building a new house. So look at this small mobile game with big great dreams. So that pays a lot of money, and it's due by Monday at 9 a.m. And he's not high enough for that. This is Stop Hacking. Groundbreaking new social network. I think I've done this one before with another sim, and it really helps move them up with their fame. But we're going to do this one right now. So, though I know it takes a very long time to do a game, and I don't know that sometimes I have seen that it counts for this make a video game or an app, and other times I've had no luck. So we're going to try and see. So we need to study design documents right there, And then we have to make the mobile app, which kind of means that we're kind of stuck at home a little bit. But luckily, they can practice. Yeah, Caleb, we don't really need you here. We don't seem to know you. So let's see. Anything there? So she learned Herbio. And let's go practice that. I think, well, obviously, we can transportulate. Of course she can. We're going to Herbio. And we could do the same with her. We could have her join the freelancer writer career. So why don't we have her find a job? Did she do that or not? I'm not really sure. I'm guessing no. And what about you, Aurora? Oh, you're still practicing. Okay. So we're going to do the same. We're going to put her in the freelancer, but in her case, she'll be a writer. So the freelancer doesn't really work for Aurora very well. Fighting words. Because she's really more into gardening. And if she's going to go to university to garden, then there's really no point in her doing gardening as a career, because she's going to try and get ahead by going to university. So you can come here and check for gigs yourself. Freelancer, check for gigs. Oh, I never read this for the other ones. Some words of advice. Always be polite to clients. Finish all your tasks on time or early. Oh, make sure you have the tools of the trade. So you have to actually have the stuff. You don't get it. Though with the freelance writer, you do get a laptop computer, and it's a decent one. And then with the programmer, you get the ability to overclock the computers. So, of course, she doesn't have very high writing skills, so she doesn't have a lot of options here. But we're going to ghostwrite for a famous life coach, because that seems to be the one that pays the most of her options. So we'll do that. So now she needs to chat with a client. Why don't we just actually start working on this book? Freelancer, write book, motivational book, because she's already confident. So it would be easier for her to start that right now. But though it's easy for her to be confident because she has an active familiar. And now Benji, I was a little bit concerned. Instructions unclear from studying the instructions, but luckily that is gone. So before you go anywhere and do anything, why don't we rally the troops? Get your needs fully, because they've gone down a little bit since it's been a little bit of time since they did it last. And his hygiene is okay. Oh, Caleb left. I didn't get it fully, so we're going to try this again. Club gatherings, rally the troops. And then you're going to come over here. It's all these puddles everywhere. And we're going to actually make that mobile app. And are you still working? Oh, you're tense. Oh, you're cooped up. Well, it's no longer raining, so why don't you come here and play with emotion for a little bit? Or you could go for a jog. She can't really work on this, so we're going to take her off of that. And then if we look over at the spellcraft and sorcery, she needs to win that duel, which we have to go over there to do that. Or we can invite someone here, maybe. And I don't know if she's going to win against them because they're so much higher than she is. Athletic. We could maybe do that. Why don't you actually do that? Why don't you... Oh, you need to go work out at a gym venue, so we can't really work out on that. We're going to have her jog to clear mind, because that'll get her outside, get her some exercise. And so they're busy doing their tasks, and she's busy jogging. So I'll be back when Aurora comes back, so we can maybe do something with her. Aurora's back from her jog. Angelina's still writing, and of course Benji is obviously still working on his mobile app, because that takes a really long time. But they both have leveled up with their skills. You can see Angelina's level 8 and Benji's level 9 of their respective things they were working on. But I think what I'm going to do with Aurora, now that she's back from her jogging, is we are going to have her do some more working on magic, because her little ball is empty, so she has the ability to do that. And we are going to have her practice untamed magic this time. And see if she... I don't know that she learned anything the last time. Angelina learned something, but she didn't. But it still is going to help move her little bar up a little bit. So she is working on her magic because she's quite far behind the other two. Though, of course, Angelina hasn't maxed them either. So Angelina is now finished with that, but we never spoke to the client, so we're going to come in here and chat with the client. And then we'll try and get the book approved. I don't usually like to try and get a book approved a second time because I've had some bad luck where it was rejected, and when I edited it, it got rejected again. I think that was what it was, and then it disappeared from my Sims inventory. And if you don't do that, you can just publish it. So I'd rather rewrite the book if they reject it. Is what my kind of think. Aurora learned a new spell, so she's learned minionize, which means she's probably stopped what she's doing. And she could experiment and maybe learn another potion. Fingers crossed she's okay. I'm kind of curious. I know she doesn't have any Spellcaster perks. So if she gets to this level, then I'll definitely be buying her hexproof if she gets to it without being cursed. Which is what I'm kind of working on. After she got all those curses. So she's chatting and she's thinking about her little brother. And let's, okay, so she's done. So she got that. She can't learn any more of that anyways. So we are going to come in here and we're going to try and submit. She's going somewhere. She's going outside. Where's our book? Where's our book in our... I guess we should be breeding these frogs. Because I don't have that much money. And we bought this death flower. We should be planting it. And I'm kind of almost inclined to buy a... So he went in here and not his office where I wanted him to be. I want to buy a... go in here. I might have already been there. I want to buy a garden pot and put it beside his desk, which he's not working here anyways. And then I want to get them to plant the death flower that we purchased and place it right there. And you know what, Aurora? Well, you're still, even though you can't learn anymore, you're still experimenting. Let's not bother. Let's not bother experimenting, since you can't learn anything anyways. We'll just have you practice magic instead. We're going to plant this death flower, because if there's a death flower on it, I've noticed that it makes the Sims in the vicinity of it focus. Not just having the plant has to actually have the death flower on it. If you harvest the flower, then it no longer gives off the focused aura. But so it's going to take a while, because it takes a while, I find, for these death flowers to grow. But I figured we'll plant it now because we bought it. That was why we bought it, so we could plant it. So there we go. So she's doing that. She's our gardener. So we're going to have her. It's still a little early. We're going to water all. And he's got to level 10 of programming. So he can hack supercomputers. And Angelina, we were looking for your book. That's what we were doing. So here's your new one. So we are going to send to client for approval. Oh, good. I missed how much money she got. I was too busy looking up on the top right-hand corner to see the money, but she got extra because you get more if you send it in early. But before we have her do anything, why don't we come over here? Let's take a look. And we've got... Funny how the coloring is different of these rose bushes. Like this is like this green and it's sheltered. They're both sheltered, but this is like this darker green. I don't understand. They're all rose bushes. What does she have in her inventory anyways? Oh, you know what we should do? Where is her gardening skill? Her gardening is max. So we're just going to come over and check pockets for seeds because we don't need to get her focused. So we're going to do that. And we may as well. So she got that book being written. But now we need to write some more and have written 5 good books. The downside of doing the freelancer is that the books go in and you don't have them to publish. So that's the downside. So she did, I think, do the little clicking of the... So we got some tomato. So we're going to take the tomato and put it here and get it planted, because that looks like that is new. And why don't you magic practice untame magic, because I think you need one of everything. Oh, who's got that message? I don't know. Well, it's hers, so I'm not really sure why she got that message, because she hadn't learned anything yet. And let's check your needs. Why don't we rally the troops? Of course, we could just use the rally. We could just use the potion, not worry about it. But anyways, so we're gonna rally the troops anyways, and then I was just trying to think whether we want to. Did she get anything? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, Angelina now knows decursify. Good. Didn't have any luck with it anyways. And I think she's hexproof if I remember correctly, so she's not really going to need it. But it's nice to have a complete book and not have that worry anymore. So can't fertilize that. Let's actually put her back onto her gardening aspiration. Nature, freelance, botanist. So she needs to evolve one more plant. So we need to do some fertilizing. So why don't you just come here and plant that. Oh, she didn't check the pockets for seeds. So why don't we do that first? And then plant it. Oh, looks like she got something. Did I say plant? Hopefully I did. Yeah, looks like I did. Oh, she got tulips. I don't think we have tulips. So we'll put that here. And it'll move where it's not in a good location. I think it's too close, but it'll move for us. So we're okay with that. And then how much do you have in your inventory? I think we'll just super sell. And then we'll come over here. And how many apples do you have? You have 6. Why don't we harvest those apples and then supercell anything else? Did that get pretty much everything? No? Can't harvest those apples? Oh, well, I guess we can't. I guess we're going to supercell them. So we got something in the mail. And why don't we supercell? There's lemons here. So we can... It doesn't look like we can supercell, because maybe that's because all there is these 1 lemons. So we'll sell all, which is probably only going to be the lemons. And why don't you fertilize? Is there something here we can fertilize? This here, this parsley plant, we can't fertilize it. Can't fertilize that. We can fertilize this rose bush. So we're going to fertilize it. And I'm going to, normally I make sure I use a different thing. And that's because in the past when I didn't do that, I would find that only the one fertilizing would count. So, but I tried it in a different save and it seemed to let me use the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to try that. Though the problem is a lot of these things are already fertilized, so it's not really letting me do it. Oh well, we maybe tried a couple. Let's see. Will she fertilize the other one? Looks like she will. So she's good to go. But we still have to evolve something. And maybe... I don't think we have any cow plant berries. And I don't know if they actually ever catch them over here. You know what? Why don't you come here? Why don't we lock the door? Well, I was going to say, why don't we... It's already locked. Oh, no, it's not locked because we had it unlocked for our party, didn't we? Everyone but household members. I assume the back door is still locked because we had it locked. Why don't we stock the table? And then we will tend the table. And then we will start a yard sale. So I'm just going to have this go fast. And if they sell anything, I'll show that. But other than that, I'll be back when the sale is over. We sold our first one for 2,808. And now she's reset and not on the table. So let's try that again. I'm actually having Angelina do another job. And this one here is 2,450. So we're going to do this. She needs to write a book. We sold another one, 2,080. Well, we sold 2 of them. I think we'll just try this again. We'll start the yard sale and see if we can sell the last one. And we sold the last one for 2,080. So I know one was a coffee, so it didn't seem to matter that it was a coffee. So we're good to go for that. So we're in a much better financial position now because we've sold 3 things that were like 2,000-ish each. Plus, of course, Angelina did her one freelancer job. So they're doing pretty well. And we're going to leave this part here. In the next part, we're going to enroll Aurora in university. And we're going to check that mail and see what came in there. Thanks very much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!